college football fans love to Google college football playoff rankings on Sundays. And so it's always important for us to put together a segment that we can put college football playoff rankings in the headline of as a breakout video. And so for the college football playoff rankings expectations, like I clearly Oregon's going to be out, like not going to be in the top 4. But when you start to think about the way that it moves in, it opens up the door for the ultimate Cincinnati debate. And Cincinnati showed up with an awesome win, like 48-14 against SMU. For, all the commentary around, where we think SMU is, a team that loses to the better teams and beats up on the bad ones. But you know what? You do stack a lot of wins that way. And, they beat up on TCU this year, got that rivalry win. But still, that result, start to finish, dominant the entire way, very impressive early. I think it was 27-0 early on. And I think that kind of thorough result, especially in the wake of, Tom, you said something on CBS Sports HQ today where you go back in a further review of Cincinnati's resume. Isn't Cincinnati playing down to its competition? It's Cincinnati beating its competition, just not with the kind of scoreboard results that you like. But in the flow of the game, none of Cincinnati's opponents have felt like they've had a chance during this run of air quote disappointing performances. So Cincinnati's going to be in the top 4 of the college football playoff rankings, right?
No. Cincinnati's excellent performance today is going to earn it a number 5 spot in the rankings on Tuesday night behind Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Michigan. That's going to be your top 4. There's no debate about it. Cincinnati won't be in. Cincinnati beating SMU, kicking its ass, will not be enough for it to overcome the fact that Michigan beat the crap out of a Power 5 team on the road. Not in the committee's eyes.
I'm worried that Tom is right. I'll also say good job on all of us for not trying to buy low on against Cincinnati yet again. Like the time to bet against Cincinnati was probably this last month. They really whipped him. That was awesome. I don't know, man. Like, do we really give him credit for beating Maryland? Like Maryland, once they lost his 2 receivers,
the committee will,
and Mike Loxley's still their coach. So like, I don't know, dude.
The committee is going to say they won by 31 or maybe even 38-39, something like that on the road against a Big Ten team. And they're going to say that is more impressive than Cincinnati beating SMU at home.
But I even some real pretzel logic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So Ohio State's loss is worse and Michigan's loss is worse.
Well, Cincinnati doesn't have a loss.
No, Michigan's loss
so
to
by
Michigan
default,
State
yes,
is worse. Ohio State's loss to Oregon is worse. And so I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying now. That doesn't mean a damn thing, dude. What are you talking about? They're a group of 5 team. They're not going to put them in unless everybody dies. Then they'll put Cincinnati in. Unless that happens, it's going to be Michigan and Ohio State. Now, things could change after next week because it just so happens Michigan and Ohio State play next week. So one of them is going to get knocked out. And it's like we've talked about. They're not going to put Cincinnati in the top 4 because then they have to justify removing them from the top 4. Whereas if they never put them in, well, we never thought they were good enough to begin with.
I do think, though, that Cincinnati's odds today improved somewhat because Danny's scenario, which I don't think was that crazy when he said it, and he probably deserves more credit for pointing it out when he did. I don't think it's going to play out at this point because Bama had a pretty narrow win over Arkansas, right? And Auburn tonight lost again. So I do not think that the odds of the 2-loss non-champ Bama are anywhere near as good as they were when Danny said it at the time. So that was definitely a threat to Cincinnati. Obviously, Oregon was a threat to Cincinnati. I don't think SC is going to get 2 teams in now unless Bama beats Georgia.